Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Herbal Synergies, the shop. I'm your host, Sinji. With me, my co host, Bay.
What up?
And it's time for the flavor of the week. I think I'm going to kick this one off this week because I know exactly what the fuck is my flavor because I just saw it.
Dang.
In this week's episode of My Hero Academia, Deku taking control of his new quirk for like 2 seconds, the green shadowy fucking thing, and then he can't maintain it. Then shortly after, just subduing what's his name, Shinsa, the guy, the brainwashing guy. He subdued the brainwashing guy like I would say effortlessly if he wasn't interrupted, but he was interrupted. But other than the interruption, it was effortless.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my flavor this week. Irby.
I got my man Zenitsu. He invented a whole nother thunder breathing technique out the blue. I think he do like at the first and seventh now. So
Mm-hmm.
he can,
And he
it
invented
reminds
a
me of
seventh.
yeah, it reminds me of the move that Sasuke does on Jump Force because it has that same long name that I can't pronounce. But I was like, oh look at you, man! You finally learned a new form. So that's my flavor. He upgraded, took down the an upper rank. So I was like, huh.
Damn right. Damn right. Zenitsu. I don't know what. Maybe, maybe he just got word that like that particular demon was coming. Cause like Zenitsu changed once he got that letter from like the stone training part.
I think that's because I think that was a letter of his grandfather dying. I would say because he found out that what you call him turned into a demon. So I don't
Oh, so you
know.
think that's a recently awakened demon?
Yeah, because you think about it, Zenitsu didn't know much, and the guy like left because that kid was a demon slayer, and then he ran into a demon. Demon was like, "Oh, here's some strong poison, some strong blood, and take it, and you'll be a demon." And he's like, "Oh, I'll be a demon to be strong because you recognize my worth." Like a little sucker.
Sucker MC. All right, cool, cool. So what are we gonna kick off this week with?
Shoot, did you want to talk about Demon Slayer since we're already on that?
Okay, I just quick hot take. I refuse to believe that Insect Hashira is dead until that demon dies.
He absorbed her, so I'm like, hmm,
I'm like,
what's this one?
maybe if she kills him, she comes back out.
I think she's gone.
I think she's gone too.
I liked her too.
Oh man. And then I think her name is Kanao.
Yeah,
Oh man. It's she was one of my favorites.
she was. I liked her, even though she couldn't cut anyone.
But
But
she had her own way.
yeah, she did. She poisoned demons. But yeah, he absorbs her, and Zenitsu meets his old elder partner, whatever you want to call him,
Mhm.
was Kaigaku, I think. And then we also find the next chapter that the wife and kids are actually dead, and his eldest son and his two other sisters, are taking over the business. So yeah, and the kid's not even batting an eye or crying.
Yeah, no, they had some creepy ass eyes though.
They do.
I was just like, are we sure they're not demons?
Yeah, I don't know. They might be demons,
No, no.
but I
All
think
right,
that's
so,
probably like their all-seeing power or something.
mm-hmm. I mean, I tried personally. I tried to ignore Zenitsu because I didn't think his section would be his part of this week would be that exciting. And
Yeah,
boy, was I fucking wrong.
yeah. His shit was off the charts. I was like, damn.
Apparently, fucking. Even though he only knows the first form, if you don't know the first form, you're not gonna.
The other
You
forms aren't as strong.
yeah, you're not gonna appropriately execute the other form. So I was just like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
So basically, you got a genius who mastered the other forms but can't do the first, and then a talentless guy who mastered the first form but nothing else. But he's gonna win out because he mastered the
plot
first form
armor.
and came up with his own.
Yeah. When he said seven forms, I said, oh snap! My man's finna do something. He's like, you can't. There's no seventh form.
He was like, I knew that bastard liked you more than me. He taught you the secret form. He's like, nope, I just made it up,
Yeah, yeah,
dumbass.
yeah,
That was good. That was good.
yeah,
That seven form was dope. I don't. It kind of seemed like an improved version of the first form,
yeah. It was just,
but I
it's
won't
like
know
he
for
tried
sure.
his body electricity or something, you know?
Yeah, I was just like, I won't know for sure until the anime actually comes out and like I see it in action.
Yeah,
But that's just what it looked like.
yeah. So
Okay,
he did all of
so
that, and then the demon for Yamato or whatever helps the Marine Corps save Zenitsu after he almost dies from
from falling,
Kaigaku's his attack. So
yeah. Then
because the blood got into him, part of his demon art blows up on touching flesh, and yeah,
time for a little revenge. Akaza shows up, and it's time for Tanjiro and the Water Hashira. I keep forgetting his name. They all have such fucking unique names, and like they always introduce all of them at once. And it's just like I can't
I think it's Gia.
Gio or something like that.
Yeah,
But they come
but
into contact with Akaza, the demon who killed Rengoku, and boy, Tanjiro was like, "Oh, it's time." Bet.
did you see was that like Rengoku's brother or was that him or they were like, oh, we're not gonna let them pass yet or something because there's something crazy. I
I
was like,
think it's Rengoku's father.
yeah, because I was like, that don't look like yeah, it was all weird.
But then you also see like it looked like the spirit of Rengoku, and looks like
That's
he
what I
was
was talking to. Yeah,
yeah, but he was talking to the ninja dude who was alive, and I was really fucking confused. I'm like, well, they're not both dead, so this can't be Rengoku, but like it looks exactly like Rengoku.
that's why I was like, what? It's like, hold up.
Nah, you weren't
Yeah,
alone there. It was shit got weird.
yeah. Because I was like, oh, he must be protecting him from the other realm. But yeah,
So in this fight against Akaza, Tanjiro and Gyu they're both struggling. Like Tanjiro surprised the demon in the beginning because he didn't expect Tanjiro to improve so well. So Tanjiro almost got to his neck because he was being careless, but never got close again.
yeah,
Then after Tanjiro gets sent flying, Gyu takes over, and Tanjiro's observing the fight. He's like, I can't even keep up with this. Blah blah blah. What the hell is? Why does he always sense things coming? What's going on? Is it this? No, it's not that. What is it? And then Gio, I feel like Gio's not right. I'm just calling him Water Hashira. And Water Hashira
It's,
gets.
it,
Is it right?
yeah,
Okay. All right. The Water Hashira gets sent flying somewhere. And then it's just Tanjiro by himself with Akaza. And Tanjiro is. Mind you, Tanjiro, his growth in battle is significantly better than his growth during training.
yeah,
So this man, he starts remembering things that his father taught him about, like, you know, killing someone without the intent to kill, because he realized that Akaza was sensing, like, killing intent. And that's how he was avoiding everything, with, like, just sniffing out the killing intent and where you planned on striking with that intent. So Tanjiro enters the transparent world, so to speak, and was able to see things more clearly. And while he's getting that together, Gizu rejoins the frame and starts fighting Akaza again, while Tanjiro sneaks up behind Akaza and he doesn't notice. But Gizu notices that he doesn't notice. And a little more effort after, my man Tanjiro did the deed.
yeah. He gets help because Inosuke like tells him like you could sense things. But like his dad helped him out with the father bear. So killing that bear because he didn't want to kill the bear, but he had to do what he had to protect the family.
Yeah. So yeah, he got a hint from Inosuke. That's what it was. He remembered talking to Inosuke. He was like, I can never die from an enemy or get hit because I always sense them coming, even though I don't
Or
have.
attempt to murder.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, okay. You can also move your organs around however you wish, so I don't think I'm surprised by anything you say anymore.
Yeah,
I think that organ thing took the cake. It's like, I moved my heart. Like, what? What? What do you mean you moved your heart?
yeah. That he's a wild one. He's a unique breed. But yeah,
Nah, but there's I understand what Pete's saying. There's like so much going on, like always in this manga, bro. It's like almost hard to keep up with sometimes.
nah. You just different.
Nah, man, I feel like there's always a lot going on.
It is,
But
but I usually retain it.
nah, I got it. Yeah, I'm aware of
Yeah.
everything that's happening, and either Mu- I have a sneaking suspicion Muzan is not the final boss,
He might not
but
even die.
yeah, he might not die. But I also feel like if I feel like he might die, and he might not be the final guy.
Yeah.
But
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
cause I
I
feel
could be wrong.
yeah, I feel like maybe the no, cause the physician's dead. So I don't know. I don't know who's gonna be there. But yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's going down, and Muzin's trapped in that bubble, and he's like, "Help me before I turn back human."
Hmm.
And Nezuko has that potion where she's about to be human, so
Yeah, but she doesn't look like she's reacting well to it.
she does it.
Yeah.
Hopefully she,
So
hopefully she gets human, goes back to being a little kid.
I don't know. I think I would miss Demon Nezuko.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about Kenshin now. Cool.
Yeah, you got a big dog.
All right, so Kenshin, I stopped like beginning season 3, guys, because I and when I like season 3 started, it's kind of like, hey, transition into new story, blah blah blah. All right, so we're gonna discuss the current ongoings. Kenshin, Sano, and Sato and Aoshi are in Shishio's place, castle thing. And they Aoshi's recovering. Sato Sato went off to do his own thing, and it's really just Kenshi and Sano and the girl who's obsessed with Shishio at this point going to Shishio to the final battle place, which is like was I think it I don't think it was near a volcano, but like it was a hot area, right? So Kenshi fights Shishio, and Shishio fucking he has gunpowder. He has the whole flaming sword thing. He's doing. He said he's a man of honor, and yet he's pulling out every fucking trick up his sleeve. He bit Kenshi. Like he legit ate part of his shoulder or whatever.
Yeah.
It was fucking wild. But so after he bit Kenshi and then he punched him and then struck his glove with his sword and exploded because he had gunpowder in his glove. Sato came from the hiding and tried to pierce Shishio on the head, but Shishio knew that that was gonna happen, so he was just like, "Yo, I wore a ninja headband because I ain't stupid, but you stupid."
Damn.
And and, and after he failed his surprise attack. Shishio actually made very light work of Sato. So with Sato being defeated as well, Shishio just Sano steps in and just like, well, I can't let this be. I'm gonna beat you or die trying. Which he damn near almost died trying because Shishio fucking destroyed him. There was no chance in hell for Sano to do anything to Shishio. It was a foolish attempt. Um, Brave but foolish because you could have just left and had everyone evacuate. No, you got your ass beaten within an inch of your life. So now all three of them are laid down, beaten on the floor, and Ayoshi comes out. It's like my turn, which Ayoshi did better than Sato and Sano against Shishio. He was getting beat,
Yeah.
but like he was still lasting. But nonetheless, because Shishio's so strong, Aoshi lost as well. And before he was ready to finish Aoshi off, Kenshi gets back up. And Kenshi looks like he's about to go fucking Kaioken up in this shit. Like, he's up, his
Kaioken.
aura is making rocks move. Like, if he just screamed into the air, his hair would be yellow. But Kenshi gets back up and like Shishio is just like, all right, bet. They keep going back and forth, back and forth. They're fighting. They're both hurt. Because Shishio, he has this thing where the girl revealed he can only fight for like 15 minutes or else his body's gonna get too hot. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
because he got burned and he has no sweat
he
glands.
has no sweat glands, yeah. And I'm like, too hot? This motherfucker's playing with fire. You tell me his body can get what? Okay, whatever. And so yeah, that's where we're at, and they're both pretty much Kenshi can't. I will argue, because a lot of people they see this fight and it's like, oh, Kenshi only won because of plot armor. Listen, bitch. even if that was true, Kenshi just fought like 4 people back to back to back to back to back, and then fought Shishio. Granted, Shishio fought technically 4 people back to back to back to back, but the only person he struggled with was Kenshi. Kenshi was only
Yeah.
struggling because he didn't want to kill anybody and wanted to save Yoshi and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Kenshi does his secret move and he gets Shishio, and Shishio starts screaming into the air. Um and when Kenshi's about to finish him off, Homegirl runs in between. It's like, stop. He's defeated. He can't fight no more. He's overheating. You've won. Just leave him be. My man Shishio, with the quickness, just put his sword through her to get Kenshi.
Yeah. That's
With the
extremely well.
fucking quickness, bro. Like, oh. And she did not care. She was all for it. She was like, I could never fight for you. So I'm glad I was able to help you some way in the end. And then he kissed her. It's like, you will never understand our love, Kenshi. I was like, I don't think I want to understand, bro. That's brutal.
Yeah.
My man said she outlived her usefulness once I stabbed through her. Holy shit. What a piece
That
of
was
garbage.
Sasuke and
Sakura moment. No,
no,
Karen?
uh
The red hair girl who can bite
yeah,
people and heal them.
yeah,
Yeah. Although Sasuke was ready to kill Sakura too. That's a great scene.
yeah,
Naruto comes in and saves Sakura, and she's still in love with him.
pretty much.
But they go at it one more time, and Kenshi prevails in the end. The fucking guy who was useless, cannot fight, does nothing, was just pretty much a politician. He couldn't accept Shishio's defeat, so he went in and started breaking shit until the place self-destructed in flames.
Yeah,
But everyone returned home. Kenshi was out cold for like days or whatever. But everyone went home. They went their separate ways, and that was the end of the Shishio arc. One of my favorite characters before I watched the show, and he's just cool.
yeah,
He's a cool guy. I don't really
that's
have a
what he.
reason for liking him. He's just a cool guy.
Yeah, I think there's not much to it after that. I think it's just filler. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
you think
Can't
the whole
remember.
third season is just filler?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I'll find out
There's a
soon
whole bunch of
enough.
stuff. Yeah.
But
Just
yeah,
filler, 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 filler. Don't touch that. Filler.
you okay over there, dog?
Oh, just singing.
Oh,
You know
okay.
how it goes.
All right. So
Yeah.
what do you got this week? One Piece, Tower God, what?
Uh, nah, I give him
Little
One
both.
Piece. Too many too many episodes. Yeah. Okay.
Did you
So
just say
this
you're
week
done with
Tower.
One Piece after getting more than halfway through it?
Yeah, that shit whack.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
But anyhow, this is what happens here is the fifth floating castle jihad. Yuri's sister, Akun Masashini, she has a yellow Mary. And they're talking about the Prince of Jihad will return. So I'm like, oh, okay. So that was chapter 0. Nothing much going on in there. They just were like, oh, they kind of had a tussle or whatever. And then you meet a new guy, Wang Wan John. He fails and he owes money to a loan shark, and he has to try to get the tower. And then if he doesn't, the guy gets to sell his organs. So I'm like, huh. And then you see, it looked like a black haired Rachel came through. but I feel like that's Bam. I was like, is that Bam? Got a whole new moniker, new name. And then and then Wang Jan, he befriends people that enter the room, um, because they're trying to not he's trying not to have to fight because he's seen Bam. And he's like, I know I'm about to lose. So
You don't even know that's Bam.
it
That's
looked just
Veal.
like Bam with long hair. Nah, it
That's like
looked just like Bam with long hair.
that's jovial Grace.
Nah, that's Bam with long hair.
All right, continue.
Yeah, Bam with long hair. Um, yeah, he tries to get him to just wait and decrease number of rivals. But then they fight. They fight. And apparently, Bam's trying to fugue the most influential crime syndicate in the tower that sets itself against the 10 great families. So they're fighting him or whatever, make it do what it do, baby. And the time eventually runs out. And then for some reason, Bam is coughing after the fight. And it's kind of interesting because like why is Bam coughing after the fight? Um,
Hmm.
so
Maybe Veal
so
can't handle his new power yet.
maybe not. Maybe Bam just a sucker MC for letting Rachel do that to him. But and then they go into the story how the tower was built, and then people are finishing up the tests, and then the Yeon family hired people to help the son go up the tower, and he's just a spoiled little rich kid with the devil's right arm and stuff.
Oh
And then my
yeah.
man, yeah, and then they had to do the testing, to see who goes up, and then my man used pulled my man Bam pulled a Vegeta and said, "Wow!" Just blew that thing wide open.
And that wasn't even him trying.
Shit. Yeah. So he's top of the leaderboard. So I'm like, oh okay, you go Vegeta.
So now Yeon Edwa belongs to Bam Veal.
Yeah. He doesn't even want them, yeah. And then everyone wants to be on his team, and then he's like, I don't need people because I'm set to go destroy the tower. And I'm like, okay, Bam, I see you. That's why they didn't want you in there because you was going to destroy the tower. But
Oh, poor Bam. But like, no, come on. You gotta keep reading.
yeah, but
Go on.
and then it ends with the administrator wanting to play a game. So that was it, Tower God. Um, yeah, I finished all of Jujutsu Kaisen this week, so
Wait, what
that's
do you mean
pretty
you
good.
finished all of Jujutsu Kaisen? Like, you watching or reading?
Both.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Nah, just watching it.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're in the same spot. Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen is so good.
It's alright.
What?
Yeah, I
It's
like
just alright to you? Oh my god, guys. Can I just say, Irby is really fucking picky with anime?
Nah, I ain't picky.
Because I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen is like Demon Slayer level.
Demon Slayer just alright too.
You are fucking wild, dog.
You know that. Wild thornberries, baby.
Alright, so,
But nah,
was that it
it's
with
pretty
Tower of
good.
God, or you had more?
Nah, that was it. I only do 8 chapters. But
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I did enjoy Jujutsu Kaisen. I like Megami. The man went crazy at the end. Started laughing, and then he did the main expansion. I was like, "Oh, look at you, man! You pulled out a new trick. Ain't a one-trick pony no more."
Herbie, you're like fading in and out of your mic.
You're fading out of your mic.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Kind of impossible, but okay. Um. So yeah,
Yeah.
before we
And
move on to Tokyo Revengers,
you
just
mean Weak
quick.
Hero?
What?
You mean live action Weak Hero?
Live action week here. That barely classifies as live action, but
Pretty
I don't
much,
know,
man. It's just
man.
middle school bullies. It's
Pretty much.
middle school bullies. That's all it is.
I don't know why Pete thought you'd like it
No,
after the
that's
whole weak
terrible.
hero debacle.
Yeah, it's terrible. Just bullies.
now, now that I think about it, yeah, I don't know why Pete thought you'd like it after the whole weak hero debacle.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh man, all right, well, I'm enjoying it sort of.
Yeah, because you a sociopath, no feelings.
What?
Yep.
I resent that.
I just speak
Anyways,
the
before
facts,
we go
sir.
on to Tokyo Revengers, guys, I started two new mangas over the last week, and in case anyone is interested in trying them out and seeing them and was undecided, actually three, but I'll talk about the third one next week. Um, the first one is like, first of all, a lot of these mangas are kind of based around the same concept. I forget. I don't think Sword Art Online started it, but like it was definitely like part of like the growing factor of like, hey, let's just put people like between like Slime and Sword Art Online. There's a lot of game animes where you're like in a game and reincarnation animes where like you get reincarnated as a hero or whatever as the you know what I mean. So, World's Finest Assassin becomes an aristocrat is about the world's finest assassin dying and getting a second chance, so he gets reborn into an assassin family, but he's rich as fuck. He has to start life from birth. He has his conscience, but he has to start as a baby. So like, so he's completely aware of everything that's going on since birth. Like he's aware that he's sucking on his mom's tits. He's aware that he's being changed. He knows he has to shit himself and needs to do things in that order, or else he'll arouse suspicion. Right? So like the first volume was just seeing showing him grow up and learn all the things he needed to do. Learn how to become an assassin, blah blah blah. And one of the moments in that show almost made my flavor of the week because his name is Lugh, and there was a guy in the family who was older than him because you know because he's the MC in his rich family. He's in line to be leader of the family, and like someone who was older than him had something against that. So his father was like, "Would you care to test your skills against La?" And before the dude can say, "Of course," La already had a knife on his throat. And I was like,
Mm.
"Damn, my man, cold with it." So like, it was a good read. I don't want to
Shit.
give away too much. It was a good read, and I can't wait for Volume 2 to come out. I think I might have it pre-ordered. I might not. I don't know, but it's definitely on my to get list. The next one is Failure Frame, and what it is another reincarnation story. A whole bunch of people get reincarnated, and they look for a hero. This one has like some elements of what's it? Let me see. What's like what am I reading right now? Okay, so it has some elements of Shield Hero and Ari Ferretta. If you've seen Ari Ferretta, it's basically a kid. He gets betrayed by somebody and he gets left in the ground, and he's he's just like he completely changes as a person. So like in Failure Frame, this guy he gets summoned to a world, but he's like the lowest class hero. He's an E class, and they don't deem him worthy at all to do anything. So they cast him inside, and the goddess shoves him in a dungeon where this guy starts leveling up like fucking crazy. Because this dungeon was meant to kill him. So his abilities were very weak. His abilities were paralysis. Well, weak according to the story, but his abilities were paralysis, sleep, and poison. And all he was doing in this dungeon was paralyzing, making monsters sleep, and poisoning them until they died. And he just kept leveling up, leveling up, leveling up, leveling up, leveling up. So, like, another, like, again, if you're looking for a new concept, these aren't, like, mangas for you because they're very similar to a lot of things that are already out and probably known. But if you don't mind the concept and you want to see it told, the story told a different way with different people, they're good. They're good reads. So yeah,
Sounds interesting.
Tokyo Revengers. Irby, would you care to start it off?
Okay, so we got Takamichi starts off by tearing at his girlfriend Hinata. Um, Hinata Tachibana is her full
Mm-hmm.
name,
Yeah, Tachibana.
and yeah, she dies along with her brother one day, and then so he's moping along, and he gets to push in front of a train, and then so the flashback starts, and my man is back in his middle school body. Um, so he's back in his middle school body, and he's like, oh, this is me, and then he basically is reliving his life at that point, and his cousin but Masaru says, yeah, I'm leaving the gang, but he's not. He's just an errand boy,
He's a
and
shuttle,
so
yeah.
yeah, so they go into the middle school and get beat up. They go to challenge second years or go get beat up by third years, and it's like, huh, interesting. Just get beat up. So that happens. He goes visits his girlfriend, and he's like, oh, I just really missed you. This, that, and the other, and la di da di da di. And then some kids pick on her sister, and he's like, oh, not his pick. Hinata's brother gets picked on, and then so he's like, God, I'm in a foul mood, and he's like, oh, rah rah rah, let me beat up some middle school kids, and he does that, and then he goes and find out just that that's her brother, and then he tells him go, don't be at this place at this time. So does that, um and then so they end up with a handshake, and then he ends up back alive from the train. So it's like, huh, interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts on that episode? That was called Reborn. That episode.
The episode left left a lot of questions. I mean, because like, yeah, he is okay. So like, from this very first episode, you understand what the plot is now. Like
Yeah.
you can clearly tell like he's gonna be continuously going back in time. Um, and like in the beginning, I think this is the beginning of the next episode. We go further in depth to like his powers and shit like that, and
Yeah. This
what
next
became of
one,
her
but
brother.
my thing is, why didn't he just tell her not to go to the thing at that day instead of just be like, oh, watch out on this day, and then the brother dies. Like, tell her just not to go to the festival. Tell her to skip out on it. And then
Dude, I'm
that's
more
it.
surprised he held on to those words so many years.
Yeah. I mean, when someone tells you that one of your family members is going to die,
I'd forget
I
if you told me 12 years ago.
yeah, you would because you're not a
Get the fuck out of here. But you telling me if some random dude says, yo, your sister's gonna die 12 years from now, protect her. You're gonna remember the exact date this dude told you? Oh, you know what? Some guy told me 12 years ago that my sister's gonna die.
oh yeah, I put that thing in my calendar.
I'd probably lose that calendar, honestly. But,
If you use your phone, it has Google Calendars, and it reminds you because that's how I do majority of my bills. Like, oh, this due
12
today.
years
Let me
ago.
go pay.
12 years ago, I was 14. Yeah, I had a phone at 14, yeah. Okay, well, fair enough. I
Yeah.
have many problems with with what's her brother's name?
Naoto.
Naoto. I have many problems with Naoto and this whole time travel shit. First of all, Naoto assumed that um Takamichi can always travel 12 years to the past. That was an assumption. Not like it could have been a coincidence, but he just assumed, "Hey, your limit is 12 years to the current day." It's like, nigga, what if he
Yeah.
travels back in time and it's always like that day, that day, that day, that day, that day? I'm like, what evidence do you have that it's always 12 years? Okay, that was my first
I
thing.
think it was. I think what it was he I think Naoto's thing was he thought it was 12 years to that day, to like the day of, but then you find out that like it's 12 years to whenever they shake hands because he came back 2 days after when he did it before. Because I was like, oh, that's the discrepancy. Because he thought it was just 12 years to that day to where she died, or whatever it was.
Hmm.
But
My next thing is, did you see someone shake his hand before he hit the train? Because I thought him almost dying triggered the time travel.
I thought that was too.
So like
Um,
it mind boggled me that the handshake was the trigger. I was like, wait, no, that doesn't seem
I
right.
I think the handshake was the trigger to send him back to his present day, but someone pushed him. So I'm not sure is it contact that starts it, like like because his life flashed before his eyes, and then he ends up waking up in infirmary, and it's like what? So I don't know. I know the handshake sends it back to the present time, but I don't know how he got there in the first place. I want to say his life flashing before his eyes triggered it for him,
Right.
but I don't
Uh,
know. A whole lot of craziness.
Alrighty. Okay,
But yeah,
so
so
then we get on, and like he's Tachibana's brother. Burdens him with the task of stopping the two current leaders from meeting, and he basically asking him to relive his painful
childhood.
days, yeah, his brutal years, because like we find out that he ran away from that town and that city and his friends and his girlfriend, his only girlfriend he ever had, because ever since the day like they found out his cousin was a bitch, they've been slaves to the Manji gang.
Yeah,
And the Manji gang controls street fights and shit like that. And another thing that kind of messes me up with this show, Tokyo Avengers, is it completely destroys the concept of time travel altering the future, in a sense where like, yeah, the brother's alive but the sister still died the same exact way. So you mean telling him what was going to happen didn't change anything other than him becoming a cop?
yeah, because he probably had a different assignment that day.
So like,
Instead of being with her, he had a different assignment, or he was
I don't
working
know. I
somewhere
don't think he
else.
was a cop before.
Yeah, he wasn't.
So like, right off the bat, like by the third episode, I feel like major things are happening that probably should change the future already. But like, it seems like this show doesn't believe in that concept.
I don't know. It's craziness.
Yeah.
I'm just
Anyways, moving on. So
yeah.
we going to
We
episode three.
no, we totally missed the fact that he goes back in time and gets beat up, and then he gets beat up with a bat for losing, for saying he wants to meet the two leaders. So yeah, and then I think he challenges the leaders to slave versus king, and this sets up the next episode to where the vice commanders are introduced.
Yeah. I mean, I no, I don't think they're vice. The guy, the one guy is legit the leader.
Yeah, one guy is the leader, but the vice commanders introduced.
Yeah, yeah, the guy with the ponytail and
The
the
dragon
dragon
tattoo,
tattoo.
aka Draken.
I always think it's like hilarious when like shows like this have kids with tattoos, and it's like, are we sure he's in high school?
I don't think he's in high school. That's what
Me
I want to
either.
say.
And he out here beating kids up, bro.
I feel like he's like 18, 19, and he's like, oh, let me just go get these little kids to run errands for me because um, they get in trouble. It's a slap on the wrist for them.
True. Fair. True.
Yeah, that's what they do in the real world. So I'm like, huh, this is terrible.
This is
Yeah,
awful.
but they shut down the fighting ring, which I was like, okay, I could deal with that. Shut it down.
And
And then
Mikey befriends Takamichi.
Takamichi, he
Yeah.
changed his name.
Oh, Ta- Takamichi.
Yeah, I was like, what? And I did like how Hina slaps him and drags him away, and they're like, "Who is that?" And then he gets in a monologue. I can't go back now. I can't change. I got to change this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay, I see you.
That's
And
what I'm
this,
saying. There's a lot going on right now. This man got a second chance at life, and he's doing it.
yeah. And then so I'm like, okay, change them. Nothing wrong with that. But then it's like, oh, your friends came to see you. That's such a big what you call 'em. I'm sorry. Sorry, it was a misunderstanding. And I'm like, okay, yeah, she slapped it pretty good. Well, yeah, um, yeah, Majin with his dead brother. Nothing much. That's pretty much it on this week's episode of Anime Week Hero.
Well, I like that his girlfriend slapped the fuck out of Mikey.
No, yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was pretty much it. And like my initial thoughts were like, other than the completely different take on time travel and shit like that, it seems interesting so far. I'm interested to see where it goes. Apparently it gets really wild. So we'll see. I don't know. Time will tell. Will Irby warm up to this very bully heavy?
Nah,
I doubt
I
it
ain't gonna
because
warm
there's
up
a
to
lot of
that.
weak hero vibes to this, bro.
It's Anime Week Hero. It's pretty much what it is. Just bullying kids and beating them up to get them to do what you want to do.
Well, to be fair, if Tokyo Revengers got an anime, it doesn't need to be Anime Week Hero because Week Hero is probably gonna get an anime since Crunchyroll is working with webtoons. That's why Tower of God has an anime. Noblesse has an anime, and there's a couple other webtoons that have anime adaptations.
Nah, we here don't need to be animated. Leave that where it's at.
Damn, dog, that's crazy.
Trash.
What? I don't know what trash.
Oh, I know.
All right, so Irby, anything you want to go out on?
I'm gonna go out on a high note. How about that?
All right, well, what's your high note?
No, I ain't got one. I just I wanted to go out on one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What about you, man?
Nah, I discussed the mangas I got. I on the way. I'm all caught up with slime. The time I was reincarnated as slime. I for now I got all the Sword Art Online stories I want. Dragon Ball is hard to get. There's two versions of the Dragon Ball mangas you can get, and they both have a book that's like damn near impossible to get. For the red book, it's the third volume. They're like right now selling for like 900 something dollars, and for the yellow book, I think it's the second volume that is just not in stock. And I think my concern with this is I feel like the series is so old. Maybe they're not recreating any more books. So I'm just gonna have
Probably.
to wait and see and just get the rest and hope I can find a third one somewhere that's not like because like you can get a used one or like you could before I guess it went away. But the problem is some people say like little notes and highlighter in it. It's like what the fuck are you highlighting and writing notes in a manga for? There's already words on the paper. What did you need to keep track of?
Maybe they were writing it down for later when they go back and do their show.
I don't know, but like, are you turning the book while you're making your notes? If you gotta make notes in it, get one of those mini sticky note things. I don't know.
Maybe they
Shit
didn't
was
have the
weird.
time.
Shit was weird, is all I'm saying.
Or maybe it could just be a description that they have to use to identify it as used.
True. I mean,
Who knows?
yeah, but like, I got a lot of others on the way. So like, I'm gonna be starting a couple of new ones. I got Jujutsu Kaisen on the way. I got pretty much all the current ones, and then 11 pre-ordered. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on my manga collection. And that's gonna do it for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you next week. Peace.
Peace.